What up? What up? And welcome to another episode of the unofficial podcast of the National Football League, the world-famous and critically acclaimed 5-6 Kings podcast. I'm David Breen, and with me, as always, is my dear friend, co-host, award-winning actor, and what gingers want to be, Braden Bullard. Braden, how are you, man?
David, I'm kind of let down. That's how I'm feeling. Why?
Because of your ankle?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bud.
I thought that I would have been able to stand by now.
And you can't?
And I can't.
Yeah.
But maybe if we do a prayer, maybe if you just say like a little prayer for me.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Maybe then that would give me the power to stand.
No.
No?
No.
You don't want to use the power of Christ to
Not for your ankle.
No.
There's people starving.
True, totally.
You know, there's children being abused
I'm
right
not trying
now.
to skip the line.
There are children being abused right now, and you're like, let's pray for my ankle.
I mean, can I
How's about we pray for old Braden's ankle over here?
I can't get a piece of the pie.
Old Braden's got to get back on that heavy bag. And I need my ankle to be working for that. You piece of shit, man.
God's been waiting. He's been like, bro, I've been missing the videos, dude. Like, the edit's been fucking sick, bro. Like, when are they coming back? And I'm like, well, God, you can see all.
See what's going on, man. Let's fix this.
Usually it's like around 12 months till I'm back.
Yeah. So you're back on that back.
But with the power of Christ, I can stop. Are we getting that on video?
We'll see. I mean, you moved enough to jar that light loose and fuck up GarageBand.
I did,
You were 2 for 2 there, big guy.
I did.
Yeah, you keep talking. I'm going to go fix that light that you ruined.
Okay, so
right.
As you guys can see, Christ has fed me the energy that I'm. That's actually a bit fucked up. There's a lot of people out there that are like, bro, you're mocking my main dude. My bad, guys. All right, I grew up with that guy. I get it. You know, there's a lot that you're attaching. Well, you know, like in the sense of like going to Catholic school and shit. You know, being shown, hey, every time you curse, this is what you're doing to Jesus. You remember that shit, all right? Since David's fixing that, I'll go on a little spiel. In like 3rd grade, in religion class, they took us out of like the class that we were in to take us to like another room where this random woman we never met, and she had us all write down any curse word that we knew on the piece of paper. And then she said, with your pencil, go back and stab your words with your pencil. And everyone was kind of like, huh? Oh, sweet. Shit. Okay. Fuck yeah. And we all started stabbing. And then this woman, the most dramatic way, she takes it and she flips it around and she goes, this is what you're doing to Jesus every time you curse. And it's a picture of Jesus's face with a bunch of holes in it, saying you're killing and stabbing Jesus every time you curse. Then we went outside because they tried to make everyone feel so fucking sad that everyone is crying. Basically, everyone's crying in our grade. They brought both the classes together, so like 60 kids. And I remember I was like one of the only kids who wasn't crying. And this is literally what took me down the path of questioning my religion in general, everything. And it was because I remember as like a 2nd or 3rd grader being like, man, why aren't I crying? Do I not care about Jesus like all the other kids? Is there something wrong with me? Maybe I'm not loved by God. I didn't get that deep, but I was really just like, what the fuck is going on? Why aren't I crying? Do you remember this?
No, I don't think this happened.
This did happen. I swear.
Also, answer this truthfully.
Uh-huh.
Did you write the N-word?
No.
That's one of the bad words that
I wrote
you do.
sand. No, see.
That would have been great. You didn't put just the N-word. You put sand N-word.
Because I watched Dune from 1984.
Yeah, and you were like, look at all these sand N-words out here doing nonsense. No, I never did that.
Maybe you weren't there that
Not
day
do
or
I
something.
remember doing that or not. I definitely never did that.
I'm surprised.
That's not a thing I would have forgotten.
That's why I didn't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, David, it was fucking insane.
That's wild. I like whoever did this.
If you weren't there, I feel like you would you'd be talking as much shit as I am.
I would have cried.
Yeah, you probably would have.
I probably
we were at the age where you
would probably have a much stronger connection to Jesus today if I was there.
Yeah.
I think St. Clair deprived me
I was gonna say missed
of
opportunity.
having that connection with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ that I could have. Yeah.
God, man, I miss it. Miss St. Clair. You know,
Yeah.
it's too bad I got kicked out of that school.
Yeah, you did.
I'm so cool, bro.
So cool. You got kicked out of Catholic school. This guy couldn't do Catholic school.
Every time I went somewhere else, they were like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "I'm that kid that got kicked out of Catholic school."
And they were like, okay.
And I was
Just
like,
that? They're just like, yeah, all right.
pretty
Very
cool,
good.
right?
Nah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I never went to private school. Rich boy, and then they fucked you up. Is
Yeah,
that what happens?
yeah, and then they jumped me.
Yeah.
and stole my lunch money. All right,
Yeah.
let's get to the movie.
Let's
I'm
talk
getting
Civil War.
depressed.
Yeah.
David, I am so
Also,
fuck it.
light's just not going to be on.
Guys, if there's a light that's going in and out, technical difficulties.
No.
No?
It's Braden's fault.
Yeah.
If you're watching the video and a light goes off, don't think, oh, man, they're having some technical difficulties. Think, man, that's Braden's fault.
That's Braden's fault, and it's really because of Jesus, because of why Braden... No?
Nope. Just
No?
Braden's fault.
Okay.
Don't use Jesus as your scapegoat here. You're no better than the Jews. You know?
Man, it's just so easy to use him, though, you know?
I know.
Think about
Jews,
the power.
Jews have gotten
David.
away for that thousands of years. Let's talk Civil War.
David, I've never been more like let down, not by a movie in general, but because of the title of the movie and then what we ended up getting. Right? So there's like a built up expectation of certain things kind of going into a movie that is promoting the movie with a trailer and the name, you know, as there's a Civil War, you know, and then you come to find out that this whole movie is basically us following, you know, a couple people who are press, that work for the press or whatever. I don't even know. We don't even know really what integrity of society is still around for there to even be press, right? So it's kind of made me even question, like, why are they even still, like, where are we at with everything that's going on to where they would still be wanting to do this? I don't know. You know,
Want to talk money?
Oh, damn. You made it seem like
The second you started talking, I was like, I gotta let him do it, and then just asked to talk money.
Yeah.
I agree with you. It was movie.
It's funny because it brings up the movie on the side, but not the movie. All caps.
But just to touch on what you said there, and not shit all over it. Yeah, like we don't know why they're fighting. We don't know why the press is so involved in this war.
Yep.
We don't know what the fuck is going on, and it's no real, like, we don't see war. We see a couple, like, small battles.
Yeah.
One bananas battle at the end.
Yeah, one at the end is pretty cool.
Yeah, but, like, there's no what the fuck happened to the country, why are they at war. It's seemingly everyone against the president.
Yep.
But even that's unclear.
Yeah.
Because, like, Florida couldn't get North Carolina to join Florida, and Texas and California are a unit.
And they make it seem, because there's central forces and western forces, as if they're, like, against each other. But I really just think it's just different territories that have kind of unified to just battle against the military, or really just Washington, D.C., and the president, and whatever military that he was still able to, I guess, hold on to. But I got the budget if you want to hear it. You want to guess? You want to give a little?
Of course,
go?
I want to guess.
Yeah, give a guess.
100 million?
Less.
A lot less?
In that regard of what you first guessed.
60 million?
Close.
Over, under?
Under.
I'm under?
You're over.
I'm over. Wow. 55 million?
50.
50.
Yep.
Still,
I think too much. Maybe for the last scene, like you could say.
The last scene was nuts.
Yeah, it was dope. But even
Yeah.
then, like a lot of that stuff you're doing in like post production.
Sure.
You know,
They
like-
didn't fucking
They
blow
didn't-
up. Hey, guys, there's going to be so many spoilers. If you plan on seeing this movie, turn it off right now, because in 5 seconds, I'm going to spoil shit. 4, 3, 2,
One.
Yeah, they didn't blow up the fucking Lincoln Memorial and
Yeah, or
like,
have a
and
fucking
storm
Black Hawk
the White House.
helicopter.
Yeah, like
yeah.
none of that shit happened.
Yeah.
Just tear through DC.
Yeah,
with
but
that.
you know they had like a decent production value with the tanks, with some of the some of the small scenes that we saw.
And they had Kirsten Dunst and
Yeah,
Pablo Escobar.
What's Pablo Escobar for sure?
Yeah.
What's Kirsten Dunst's fucking
She makes her quote. That's her rate.
her quote was
And if
established
she's
in like
got
the early
a-
2000s. It's not even accounting for inflation, bro.
And if she gets any, as long as she does one more movie, she's guaranteed
Oh,
at
yeah,
least
that's right.
2 more mil.
My bad, I forgot.
Even
about
if
that.
she does a bad job, they got to pay her that 2 mil.
That's right. Yeah.
Even if she does a bad job.
I don't know how I forgot that.
Yeah, I don't know. You keep
Crazy.
you seemingly always forget that
So how much you think?
because
they've
that's
made?
always the answer, Brayden. This is the first weekend, right?
Yeah, so it's right after the first weekend. We saw it today on Tuesday. Came out last Thursday. So
We saw it. It's an IMAX. It's the big movie that came out this week. I'm gonna guess they made like 80 million. I'm gonna stick with 80.
way less.
Way less. They didn't make a profit.
Not yet.
Not yet.
They will. They will. But
Oh, for sure. But that's surprising to me. What'd they make?
25.
Wow.
25 mil.
Wow. I would
I don't think that's bad.
Oh no, for sure. Like they've made it halfway in the first 4
Honestly,
days.
I think
yeah.
I think they'll make a profit, but I think it's I think it's going to be obviously usually the opening weekend's the biggest, but sometimes the second weekend could be the biggest because people hear that it's a great movie and then they go see it.
maybe
I
even
think
maybe even the third weekend.
maybe. But for this, I think it's just going to go like straight down, dude. I think people are not going to fuck with this movie too heavy.
So I disagree.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree with you on your take on the movie.
Uh-huh.
But there's like 8 people that I work with who have seen it already.
And they were all like
and they were all like, "Oh, it was really good. You should see it."
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So I think you and I think there will be people who agree with us,
yeah.
but I think there's going to be a lot of people who fucking love this movie.
And I want to say, too, I don't just dislike this movie because I went in with a certain built-in expectation because of the way that the trailer perceived it as well as the title, but also because of certain choices that they made. One, it was just so personal to the press, the people who were the press, like our main characters that we're following.
Kirsten Dunst and Pablo Escobar.
Like so personal where we were having almost so
little
many
girl.
takes on our personal character, like on the main characters. We'd watch them walk up and down the stairs. Like type shit we do not need to see to build up for nothing. There'd be so many times where I'm like, bro, you're like for a movie called Civil War, you're putting me to sleep, bro. There's times where there's some cool shit that happens, don't get me wrong. But it literally, they do this multiple times. And I don't know if you noticed it, but if you didn't notice it, you'll definitely notice it once I say it. They used gunshots as a way to wake up the audience. So it was like a scare. It was like almost a scare tactic, like almost like a pop-up scare for the way that they would like introduce a gun bullet being shot every like 20 so minutes, and it would like wake up the audience. You could literally see people like wake up. Obviously it's super loud, like as well. We're in IMAX and everything, but it was just the way it was so unexpected. It was out of nowhere, and it was a complete beat change from the 20 minutes prior. And they would kind of almost do that like every 20 to 30 minutes, where where something would happen with like a bullet.
The only time I jumped at a gunshot was when Todd from Breaking Bad shot the first guy.
Okay.
Yeah, but even like I'm fucking into that scene.
Yeah, that scene was cool.
I'm like fuck yeah, like Todd seems out of his mind.
Speaking about
he's
Todd,
gonna do something crazy, and he killed that guy. I was like, oh shit.
Speaking about Todd, that's Kirsten Dunst's husband.
She married Todd
I'm pretty positive.
after everything he did to Jesse.
Yeah.
After everything that piece of shit did to Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah,
He
we're-
killed that kid.
The dude in the red glasses,
He
right?
killed that kid on the dirt bike.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Kirsten Dunst married that piece of shit. She could have had Spider-Man.
Dude.
She could have had James Franco.
Talk about a
Who,
miss.
what a sad character that is.
It really is.
Why is Spider-Man the good guy?
He totally
In that fucking
fucked
movie.
over James Franco.
He kills James Franco's dad,
Yep.
steals his girlfriend,
Yep.
and then the third movie just fucking beats the shit out of James Franco, makes him look like a little bitch.
And then James Franco saves him.
And taunts him. He taunts him while he's doing it too.
Oh!
He taunts him while he's fucking him up.
And then saves Spider-Man and dies.
God, Spider-Man is not a good dude.
And guess what? They're about to make a fourth one.
With Tobey Maguire?
Yep.
Fucking why not?
Yeah.
Made all that
It's
money.
already it's been confirmed apparently that they're going on
Sony
with the
making
fourth.
or is Marvel?
I think Sony, but like Sony and Marvel have made deals to where obviously they can use their characters.
Yeah, but it's going to be the difference between, is it fucking Iron Man or is it Madam Web?
They're bringing back the main director for like with Tobey Maguire. I think
the one
it's
who
Rami.
made Spider-Man look like a piece of shit?
Yeah.
All right.
So there we go.
Yeah. Let's see if he just leans into that. He's like,
Yeah.
no, he's a bad guy.
Fucking bad, dude.
All right, back to this movie.
Yeah, where were we at with oh yeah, so I just felt like there was a lot of times where they would take a long time showing certain things about these characters that we're following, but it wouldn't really lead to much. And if there was something with the personal growth of the character, it could have been summed up much fucking faster is all I'm saying. And it would have been really cool. I know we're kind of just jumping all over the place. It would have been really cool just to have randomly throughout the movie where we see we don't even need to see the war. Something about it. Like even just listening to someone talk about it. Like there'd be times where they'd be showing like the president be saying something through the radio, and you'd be like, "Oh God, give me any piece of information. I'm so intrigued. I want to know anything that's gonna help carry the weight of this fucking film."
And it's just the president being like, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United. Ron Swanson was the president, which great choice for president.
He did great.
Yeah.
We saw him for 2 minutes in this whole film, bro.
Yeah. But even if it's a thing in the beginning where it just explains what happened in the U.S. and why they're at war. Because it's just the beginning is Ron Swanson saying how they've defeated Texas and California, which I think it's a lie.
No, it's a lie.
So we defeated Texas and California.
They ended up stalling him is what they ended up saying after.
And North Carolina refused to join Florida.
Yeah, so they're actually losing the war, and the president is trying to make it seem to everyone that he's winning.
But that means nothing to me.
It means nothing.
I just
wait.
I just know Florida wanted North Carolina, and Texas and California lost, according to the president.
We hear for like a split second that the president decided to drop bombs on his own citizens. That is the only thing where we can attach to this main, antagonist. That he did this wrong, or that that it's even warranted for all of this shit that we're watching in this film to even happen. I don't even know at the end, dude. By the time we come to find him at the fucking end, I'm like, is he even the bad guy, bro? I don't even know how I feel.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to feel. He's please let me live, or whatever the fuck he said, and I'm just like,
he said, don't let them kill me.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, don't let him kill him. I want to hear what he's got to say. I'm deprived of shit that I wanted so bad.
Yeah. Visually,
awesome.
Very cool movie.
Yeah, very cool.
The sound, great.
Yeah, when it comes to the war and shit, yeah.
The score. Fucking score. Hell of a score.
Hell of a score.
Characters are kind of... The girl, she's 25. They call her 23 in the movie. She looked 12.
Dude, she literally,
like when they were talking about Pablo Escobar hitting on her, I was like, that's
kind of weird.
Shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
She's 25, so whatever.
Totally could.
Pablo Escobar can hit on her.
Yeah.
Pablo Escobar can fuck her if he wants.
Yeah.
She too quickly went from terrified, throwing up, panicking, oh my God, this is crazy, to just in it.
Yeah.
Also, it's insane. If I was a soldier...
I hated that. Don't even get me started,
I would
David.
kill the fucking press that's in there.
Bro.
Guys, they're just constantly, like, they're in a line, like, they're going and doing, like, special ops stuff, being quiet, and the press are just, like, in the middle of them with their cameras and stuff, and they're, like, grabbing them, being like, yeah, be quiet. Yeah, be quiet. Just stay between us. But, hey, I'm going this way.
Roger. When they go in, we're going to go to the left, okay? You ready with me? And now, on my signal.
And you're like,
why the fuck are they paying any attention to this press people? Dude, this isn't even a military. Yeah. These are a bunch of fucking random people coming together to be like, I'm from Florida. You're from Texas. Let's fight together. Woohoo.
You got to be like, hey, Kirsten Dunst, get the fuck out of here. You're a liability.
You're a fucking liability.
Yeah, get the fuck out of our way. At what point at the end? That's the best part. At the end, they're all in the White House, and the one soldier looks at Kirsten Dunst and says, don't get in our fucking way.
Immediately.
I was like, yes.
Immediately.
I was like, finally.
Gets in their way.
Yeah, for sure. But I was like, finally.
Yeah.
A soldier addresses how ridiculous it is that they're there.
I get it that they're there, but what I don't get is that exactly what you're saying, the military would be like, yeah, get behind me. Follow my lead. Dude, it's fucking...
Stay in between us.
Yeah. You're not going to work them in. You're thinking about all your other men, and that's so... I'm sure anyone that is a part of the military or that goes over tactics like this is like, yeah, dude, you can't just incorporate the fucking press into your position.
Or you can, and we're wrong.
Yeah, maybe.
And we're way wrong.
But this is what I didn't like too is they I get it. They're press. But dude, you're going to risk your life while you're trying to focus and go over the exposure on the camera. You fix the white. You do whatever you need to do with the settings before you're in the fucking war zone, bro.
No, you got to adjust. You got to adjust.
Well,
to
and some of those cameras you probably have to adjust.
Got to
constantly.
adjust. Yeah, you got to adapt.
But that leads
People
me to my
adapt.
next point. Why not just videotape? Like at the end, there was a videographer.
No.
Bro, you feel me though, dude?
Kirsten Dunst is a famous photographer.
Yeah.
And
you think you would have both? At least a GoPro in your
and that
fucking head.
little chick wants to be like Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
She's following her. Let's
get it.
kind of do the plot of this movie.
Yeah, let's go into it a little bit. for sure.
So Kirsten Dunst, they're just at they're in New York, and there's police going crazy with people, and they hit this little girl with the stick, and Kirsten Dunst goes and checks her, and then a woman runs up with an American flag, and Kirsten Dunst immediately knows. She's like, "Oh, get down!" and tackles her. It's a suicide bomber.
Yeah.
Kills a bunch of people.
Blows
Kirsten
up.
Dunst is just getting in there taking pictures. The little girl's taking pictures.
And what they're honing in on with this scene is that this girl is trying to be like Kirsten, but she is batshit scared, having, fucking PTSD, while Kirsten is basically like a psychopath. I mean, well, it really just shows that she does it so much she's
been
numb
a
to it.
wartime photographer for years now. They show her in Iraq, Afghanistan, I don't know, some Haji country with some Haji letters on top of the building, and they were showing there's a person with a tire around them.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
And they're being set on fire, so they can't stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, I hope
And Kirsten Dunst is just taking pictures as it's happening. And the guy's just staring at her like,
help me.
What the fuck are you doing?
Be so great if the director's like, no, yeah, keep going. The guy's like, it hurts. Let me out of this.
Set him on fire.
You're fine. Just stay in it.
So there's a bunch of reporters meeting at a hotel, and we meet the most ridiculous character in any movie I've ever seen in my life.
David loves
ever.
this guy.
This guy, he's a fat old black man. And you might be like, oh, David, don't call him that. They call him that over and over again.
I did like the little bit of dialogue between some of the characters, but
And he's like, so Kirsten Dunst, Pablo Escobar, where are you guys going? And they're like, don't fucking worry about it. He's like, come on.
like Big Papa.
And they're like, D.C. And he's like, oh, D.C., yeah, front line. I was thinking about heading there, too. Like, no, D.C. He's like, oh, D.C. I thought you meant Charleston.
They're going to get fucking killed. They don't let any press there.
And
That's what he's telling him. He's
but
like,
then
he's like,
well, I'm going to go to Charleston. Could you give me a ride there? And they're like, we're not going there. A bunch of reporters here. Or is it Charlottesville?
yeah.
It's Charlottesville, not
Yeah.
Charleston. All of these reporters are going to Charlottesville. Just go with one of them. And he goes, you're going to make me go around and beg every motherfucker here for a ride? Just like that.
Yeah.
They don't work together.
Yeah.
I want to make that clear. He's a different
rivals.
reporter.
They were rivals
He
in it.
refers to them as rivals. He's like, you're really going to make me go around and beg every motherfucker here for a ride? And then Kirsten Dunst,
But he's like a legend
Kirsten
in the
Dunst
game,
is then
so
we
Kirsten-
don't know that.
Yeah.
She's,
No.
he's just a person in the game.
No, because she ended up saying at the end because of the way he could have died. Like she didn't say outright
He ain't
legend.
no legend.
But
he's
he could've
old.
died.
He's fat old black man, and he expects them to drive out of their way
Yeah.
to drop him off in Charlottesville. Charlottesville.
Yeah. It's something like that.
And then go to D.C. after.
So what
Fuck this guy.
and what I don't
Fuck
like,
this guy immediately.
the entire film is basically almost explained to us in the very beginning because the Pablo Escobar is like, I'm trying to get the legendary shot. I don't care if I die. Like, I'm going to risk my life to be able to interview the president. And Kirsten Dunst and we find out the other girl that they all want to get the shot as well of the president because they all got the intel, the lowdown that they didn't actually win that war that the president was talking about. All the other forces, they were just stalling. So they know that all the other forces are still going to take over the president and Washington, D.C. So they're trying to basically be like, I need to get there before the forces get there to take them over. And I just don't like how we just get way too personal into their lives and like the way that
Which is, so here's the thing, it's fine to get personal into the characters' lives.
But to take as much time as they did is what I don't
and
like.
to not tell us what the fuck's happening in this movie.
Exactly. And the whole thing is like the relationship between Kirsten Dunst and the other young photographer, because the young photographer is just starting out, so she gets all scared or whatever, and Kirsten Dunst is like numb to it. So it's basically how like almost like they start to switch and go in different ways over the course of the film. But it's like, dude, no one really gives a fuck about that. Like at the end of the day.
I would
too.
if I knew what the fuck was going on in the movie. The movie, like,
There's no protagonist without an antagonist.
they just assumed you knew what was going on everywhere else in the movie.
and they made it seem like as if it didn't matter.
They acted as though this is what's really going on right now,
Yeah.
and that we would fully get it, and then we'd just be like, okay, so we just got to pay attention to these characters now.
Yeah.
Not the case, A24.
Not the case at all.
You guys made a fucking beauty with the Von Erichs,
Yep.
and then you crapped out this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So they leave the next morning.
and we see like as they're driving and stuff, and even like the
Real
night-
quick, so Kirsten Dunst, Pablo Escobar wants to fuck the little girl, and it's never a thing after this until
Yeah.
someone just says it.
He was drunk that night, but
But like Kirsten Dunst comes out front, and fat old black man and the little girl are sitting in the back seat, and she's like, "What the fuck's going on?"
and we spend way too much
he's-
time watching them
He's
sleep.
like Pablo Escobar. Why is she here? And he's like, "You wanted the fat old black man to come.
Yeah.
I brought the little girl."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Whatever." And then they go.
And while they're sitting there at night near the train tracks, and that everything David just talked about happened, there's fighting going on.
We're skipping the gas scene, and we are not skipping the gas scene.
Okay. Well, just really quick, as it's happening, there's like a war going on. They're like, we're gonna go see it in the morning. But before we get to there, we'll go back to the gas station scene. So they're pulling up, and they see a gas station, and the black guy's like, well, if there's any chance, we got to take it kind of thing to get gas, because we don't know when there's going to be another gas station with gas. They pull up. There's like 3 dudes with rifles. And
Three old boys
Yeah.
with rifles.
Yeah, and they definitely look suspicious enough to be like, I don't know if I should stop
I would
here.
not have stopped.
I probably
there.
would
I'd
not have
be like,
stopped either.
Nope.
I'm like, dude, we could siphon. There's cars all over the road. Let's go siphon some. Is that how you say it?
Siphon.
Siphon.
Yeah.
Let's go siphon some fucking gas.
Yeah. No way I'm dealing with those guys.
Yeah.
But they do, and they're like, "Can we get gas?" He's like, "Nah, sorry." She's like, "What if I pay above board?" He goes, "What's above board?" He goes, $300. He goes, $300 will get you a sandwich. We got ham, and we got cheese.
So
and then
this is
and then she says,
300 Canadian.
"Yeah,
Which is actually cool and interesting because it shows that our dollar is completely diminished. And like these are little things I'm like, dude, that's what I want to
Yeah,
know
like,
about
okay,
seeing this
that's-
movie.
okay.
Like, I want to know
Canada-
what you think hypothetically would happen to America.
is Canada the new superpower?"
Which is fucking no.
Yeah.
There's no way, dude. Oh no, we don't have guns or knives and fucking fuck you, Canada. I think I said something about them last episode. Don't get me
You
started.
said if they were gonna nuke any
Yeah.
country,
Or we were
it'd be
talking about
Canada.
South America and then
And you said, "Oh no, Canada." And I said, "Well, you said continent. That's North America."
Sure, yeah.
So then he gives them gas. He lets them fill half a tank and 2 cans.
And the girl immediately thinks she saw something, which what she saw was a bunch.
He did.
She saw a bunch of fucking hanging dudes in a fucking tent.
It's 2 dudes in like a
Shed.
It's like a car wash or maybe
Yeah.
mechanic thing, and it's 2 dudes like hanging from their wrists on a thing, and they've been just tortured. And the guy follows her. He's like, "Oh, go on, get close." It's just like, you know what? I'm sorry, I don't want to be close. And Kirsten Dunst comes down, and he's like, "Yeah." And then like the guys start coughing and stuff, and he's like,
I got kids.
"I got kids." He's like, "You know what's crazy? I know that guy. Went to high school together.
It's fucking crazy.
He never talked to me much. Bet he wishes he talked to me now, though." You're like, "Oh, dude, this guy.
This guy.
I wish this whole movie was this guy." And Kirsten Dunst's like, "Can I get a picture of you with those 2?" He's like, "Oh yeah." And he goes, "They're covered in blood. They're shirtless. They're hanging from the fucking roof. They've had them there for days too." And he stands in between them, holding the rifle and smiling, like excited.
Didn't they say that they looted them or some shit? And that's why
yeah,
they're
they
doing
were
this?
looting. So
yeah.
so we're doing this.
Which missed opportunity for being like, yeah, those were those fucking Confederate fucks or whatever. You know, someone where it shows a little bit more about the story going on.
No,
But
I
instead-
like that it was just they were looting.
Well, it makes sense.
They were
that
trying to
would.
steal, and this is what we're doing.
Totally.
Yeah.
I just wish that there were any opportunity we can get to elaborate on the world that we're in. That's what I want because it's such. The whole
Yeah.
movie's a missed opportunity.
But they, so like they tortured those guys, and then he was trying to get the little girl.
And that's the thing.
To decide if they lived or died.
Every scene is like, oh, how does this affect Kirsten Dunst and the other girl?
Hold on. Him trying to make the girl choose whether those two guys live or die is amazing.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
shitting on that.
using that as an opportunity to shit on how it's all about those two. No, that is just undoubtedly amazing.
No, that's great.
That he's like, you pick whether or not we kill him. And guess what? She refused to pick, so we killed him.
Yeah, but it's just to me annoying that that's all cool. It's just annoying that every scene
cool.
is written.
You do shit like that every day. Make little girls pick whether or not you kill people.
It's a fun hobby, David. And
Yeah.
if you haven't tried it yet,
The options are I can kill them right now, put them out of their misery, or I can torture them for a few days.
you know, they usually say it's a game only for the rich, but I disagree. I think there's there's places where you can go.
100%.
You get in the right little secret society, and dude,
I'm in the society.
they'll pay for it.
I'm in the society.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about my society.
I get all caught up on the hobbies. I forget what we're even talking about.
There we go. So now it's night and they're sleeping.
Yeah, and then it's the next day, and then they're at
You can see like shooting in the sky and stuff. It's cool shots.
It is cool shots, but like even then, like give me a little flyby, like showing just a little bit of what the fuck's happening, bro. Because we see no military from Washington D.C. None. We don't see any. So they all just got obliterated. I get it. So next day, they're at like this building,
and they're with a group of military people who are all wearing Hawaiian shirts.
How would you know?
I loved the Hawaiian shirt military.
No, I loved them too. But how would you know to go up to them? I mean, I don't know. I don't need to get up on that, but it's just like, how the fuck did they end up in that position?
They knew.
Yeah, I guess.
They
Well,
knew.
you know, whatever.
This ain't their first battle.
True.
But it's the Hawaiian shirt guys against what look like real military, and Hawaiian shirts win.
Yeah.
Hawaiian shirts win, and it's not close.
No.
Yeah, but one guy gets killed, and the little girl gets a really good shot of him, like, bleeding out.
But right before this, in the last scene, she was freaking out afterwards. Like, I didn't even take a photo. Like, I was freaking out the whole time. And now she's taking photos. So it's shown that she has progressed.
Kirsten Dunst at that point.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Flip.
We got a fucking... Our back seat's a kindergarten and a fucking old folks home.
Yeah.
It was just quit talking shit to the old black man, all right?
She said a few
You
things.
didn't have to bring him.
And I'm surprised no one at any point was like, hey, fuck you, Kirsten Dunst. Yeah. You know, there was something that would show a lot of, I don't know, bro. They just made her face so oily. I was like, come on, I get it. I get it. She's in war. Dude, I don't know. Something about her makeup or whatever they did was like, come on, bro. She could look oily or she could look this or that. But this is kind of like a little messed
it's
up.
oily. She's out there in the
But
fucking...
it wasn't even just oily. She had like yellow around her eyes. It's like,
She's out in the elements. There's nothing more to do.
Yeah. It's the makeup department.
Makeup
bet
department,
Kirsten-
they crushed it.
Yeah. She's watching IMAX like, what the fuck did you do to me?
The fuck? Hey, guys, for editing purposes, we're going to take a quick break. But don't you dare go anywhere.
Oh, no.
We'll be right back.
That's right.
And we're back.
We are back.
Hey, Derek Cheater. Fuck you, you fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. E. You're supposed to say E. There's an E in
Hey.
there.
I was just thinking about it when I was editing. I was like, it's so funny that my computer literally died as you're like, I'll smash that fucking computer. Because my computer's like, I'm not fucking dealing with this shit. You think I'm fucking dealing with this shit?
Fuck this guy, man.
Yeah. I'll die on 11%. Fuck him. See what he can do about that.
You know what's great? I was going to do fuck you, Derek Jeter. And then I was like, you know what? If Braden says the E, I can't really smash his MacBook. Like,
It's not cheap, David.
I made it clear in last episode that that's what's gonna happen.
I was like, you put a lot of
so
pressure.
I'm either not a man of my word or I'm smashing a very expensive computer
Yeah.
that records all of the 5-6 Kings episodes. It's got all of our shit on it.
Yeah, just because of the 5-6 King stuff, this thing's worth like $1 million.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So back to the movie.
We're back in it, boys and girls.
The Hawaiian shirt guys, they execute a few people with bags on their heads using a gun turret.
Oh, like,
And little girl gets pictures of it.
yeah, and the guy is ecstatic who's shooting the turret.
It's the best. The guy's fucking loving his life. While
Reminded
he's
me
doing
of
it.
Rambo, you know, when he was fucking...
Rambo never smiled.
He didn't.
Rambo didn't smile once.
He did
This
not.
guy fucking loved it. Rambo was always angry he had to do it. This guy was stoked to do it.
But
this guy was
Rambo-
like, let me do the turret. Let me do the turret.
Rambo's
John
turret,
Rambo was like, I gotta do it.
That turret was pussy compared to Rambo's though, because like the guys we saw him get shot, and it would just
Well, sure.
it would just penetrate them. The one Rambo was shooting would literally split fuckers in half.
Well, Rambo had to mow down like a whole village of tan Asian people.
Can you imagine two being up on the hill and they're like trying to run up the
just-
hill and you're just
Fucking mowing them down. It's the best.
oh man,
It's the best.
it's
You
so
can-
cool.
I would pay so much money to get to do that.
Yeah,
Like where there's no like they can't kill me. Like
Yeah.
There's no chance of them getting to me.
Yeah.
I'm just getting to kill
yeah,
all of those people with a turret,
yeah.
dude.
It's like what's his name? John Goodman or whatever, the actor who
Sure.
in Pearl Harbor. He's on the turret. He's shooting down the kamikaze planes.
I've seen Pearl Harbor, but I gotta be honest, I couldn't tell you anything that happens in that movie,
Movies.
other than the fact that the Japanese bombed it.
I remember watching that film when I was young, being like, "Damn, this is a good film." I don't know if you got that impression. I haven't seen it in a while, but I just remember watching it a few times when I was young, being like, "Man, this is what filmmaking is all about." Yeah,
I definitely didn't think that.
damn.
Yeah,
I thought that shit was.
but you know,
sick,
hey,
tight.
maybe that's why I'm not an award-winning actor. You know,
Yeah.
maybe that's why you saw the beauty in Pearl Harbor and you were like, I gotta do this.
How crazy is it though?
I gotta do this.
You come back to life, or you never die. Everyone thinks you're dead. You come back and you find out your best friend's fucking your wife.
Dude. Just, I mean,
Talk about like an Othello, Shakespearean fucking
brothers.
yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal and fucking Tobey Maguire.
It's always the war people,
Yeah,
bro. where
always.
Come back and your brother's like, "Well, I loved you, and so did she. So we thought we'd just kindle over your love, and just fuck over it." Yeah, how much did you love him?
Who wouldn't?
I love
Who wouldn't do that?
I love him so much. They start crying, having sex. At least then I would feel better about them having if you come back, you find out that they were crying about you while they're having sex. You'd probably feel less bad about it,
Probably.
right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
like your brother's like, I was weeping inside of her.
Yeah. If he said it like that, I'd have to say, all right, I get it. I understand.
It's all right.
Weeping inside of her.
As
Such a gross way to say that.
As long as you were thinking about me, like Eeyore. All right.
Okay. So they go and stay at a stadium, and Pablo Escobar shows that he can jump rope, and he makes fun of the old fat black man because he can't.
Dude, there was a shot in this, just to give you guys a feel of why I hated this movie, where where Kirsten Dunst is meeting the other young girl in the stands, and they show her going up the entire fucking thing. Like we spent like 3 minutes watching her walking up the steps to
So
her.
it wasn't 3 minutes, but it was nonsense how long it was.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even 3 minutes might have been a little bit too long, but still, you're like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Just cut to it already.
Yeah, and then she goes
It's
and
not
just
building anything.
she looks at the girl's pictures, and the girl had one really good one, and the
Yeah.
girl was proud because Kirsten Dunst was like, "This is great."
It's a good photo.
She's like, "Yeah."
The guy was
Yeah,
dying
look
in
at
this
that
other
guy
dude's arm.
Look at that guy bleeding out there. That is a good photo.
Yeah.
They then go through a town.
That's just perfect.
Yeah.
Or just, like, not perfect, but, like kept in pristine
a normal
condition.
Town. It's a normal. Everywhere else, it looks like it's currently in war.
Yeah, and or they'll show, like, a small explosion going off in the background where you're like, okay,
It's
I
war.
get
It's
it.
war-y.
Yeah.
You know.
War enough.
So then they go to this town, and it's just perfect. They walk into a clothing store, and the lady behind the counter goes, "Hey, howdy. Take a look around. Let me know if you need anything."
Like, she didn't
Says
give
it
a
just like
fuck.
that. And she's
Yeah.
like reading a book. And Pablo Escobar goes up. He's like, "Hey, do you know there's a war going on in this country?"
It's like a pretty big deal.
And she's like, "Yeah, we decided to stay out of it.
We see the news.
By the looks of things in the news, seems like we're making the right call, huh?" And he's like, "I mean, yeah, I guess so."
I guess.
And then they go. The girl starts calling the shots.
Which is weird. I was totally thinking they were going to fuck or something. I was like, oh, whoa, you're kind of hitting on her, telling her she looks good.
Yeah,
Also commanding.
The little girl makes, not joking,
Makes her.
makes Kirsten Dunst put a dress on.
And then when Kirsten Dunst's like, I don't look good,
She's
something
she's
like that.
Shut the fuck up.
You look great.
Yeah, she says shut the
Now
fuck up.
Now let me take a photo of you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
another one.
She's like, Kirsten. She says, yeah. She says, you look pretty when you smile. And then she smiles. She takes a picture.
Like literally just like that, to the point where you're like, this is way too. Like if someone was to say this to me, I'd be like, listen, are you trying to fuck me right now?
And she's like, yeah,
Like that's not cool, bro.
I am.
We're supposed to be sharing the car together for like the next like 3 weeks, dude.
I
It's
can't
gonna
be
get awkward.
I can't be fucking little girls while we're
Yeah.
doing this.
I'm not even lesbian.
Yeah. So they leave that and they pull up to a winter wonderland.
It literally says that, and it's just so like awkward with the
Yeah.
way it's set up. There's
like
not
a
much
bubble
going
thing
on.
that's supposed to be like
And there's
snow.
a dead dude right in front of him in the middle of the street.
So Pablo Escobar's bar's like, I'm not sure if I should go. Then they're kind of looking around, trying to figure out, and Kirsten Dunst uses the scope on her camera.
She's like, oh, zooms in. Yeah, that guy's dead, all right.
yeah, she's like, that's definitely a dead body. Yeah. So let's chug along. No, she's like, I don't see anything anywhere.
Yeah.
So he goes forward slowly, and then the car starts getting shot at. So he goes forward, which surprised me.
Yeah.
I would have thought go backwards. Old black
Or
man.
turn around.
Old black man, when they pulled up, was like, "There's an access road a couple miles back. Let's turn around and go there." And they're like, "Nah, shut up, fat old black man."
Yeah. What I didn't like is that, at least filmmaking wise, show us where they're getting shot from, because they pull up behind another car and they just know that they can stop there. And I'm like, dude, if you're getting, I don't know. I couldn't tell the direction where they're getting shot from when it happened. Like, how did they know just to stop there?
It
And
looked like it was head on.
it did look like
And
it
then
was
when he
head-on.
went forward, I was like, "Is it from behind them?"
Yeah,
and went
it
through
did-
like
it was
looked,
awkward.
It looked like it went right through the windshield.
Yeah.
and should have killed one of them.
Yeah. And this guy was that good, too, like these other two dudes were saying.
So they pull up and they hide, and then like they go and they're hiding behind a thing with two guys in camo. And not Benicio. I always want to say Benicio del Toro
Yeah.
because he played Pablo Escobar in the movie Blow with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
One scene.
Yeah.
It's Pablo Escobar, but I remember him as Pablo Escobar, not this guy.
Yeah.
But Pablo Escobar, he's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Guy shooting at us, wants to kill us." And he goes, "Hey, we're press, all right?" He's like, "Oh, all right. Now I know why it said it all big on your truck over there."
Yeah.
Their truck just says press really big, like all over it.
And Pablo Escobar is still confused
This guy's
what's
so
going
nonchalant.
on.
He's like, "Oh, okay. Now I get why your truck said press on it." Like, this guy's just annoyed with Pablo Escobar being there talking to him. He's like, "So why? Like, what's going on here? Like, why are you guys shooting at this guy?" He's like, "Well, that guy's trying to kill us, so we're trying to kill him."
So he
He's
still
like,
does.
what side does he fight on? He's like, "Not sure." He's like, "Why are you fighting him then?" He's like, "Oh, I get it. You're retarded." He's like, "Nothing I've said to you in the last minute has just absorbed with you, has it?" And Pablo's like, "What's going on?" And then he looks at the little girl. He goes, "Yo, what's going on in that house over there?" And she goes, That guy's trying to kill us." He goes, "Pfft," and looks at Pablo Escobar. He's like, "She gets it." And then there's the guy on the ground with the sniper. He goes, "Well, everyone shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
And then he sits there for a minute and he pulls the trigger and he says, "I got some good news." And then we just see them in the car.
Yeah.
So he killed the guy. I'm guessing that's the good news. I'm guessing the good news isn't, "Oh,
I fucked up.
that's actually my brother.
Oh shit.
We're
that's
fine now. I'll do the secret code. I'll do the secret signal, and he'll come out and we'll all have a beer together and it'll be fun."
Yeah.
I can't imagine that's what happened. They didn't show us. I think he probably killed the guy.
I think this whole scene was to try and tell the audience, hey, shut the fuck up. Stop worrying about who's on what side, what's actually happening. If you're thinking that, still at this point in the movie, you're retarded.
Yeah, you're fucking retarded.
All right?
If you care about why the people are fighting in the movie, they just are.
Let's quadruple emphasize that by having this fucking guy, Pablo Escobar, ask it over and over until we have to go to the fucking girl to be like, what is actually happening in this film? Oh yeah, that's right. You're all fucking retarded.
Yeah, everyone's killing each other. You know, that's exactly what they were doing in this movie.
Dude, then it's kind of annoying now because I know that's what they were doing, and I'm like, dude, I'm not retarded. It's just what I wanted, and you deceived me with your trailer.
So now they're driving away, And guys, this is the hardest I laughed in the movie. Fat old black man looks at the girl and he's like, "You tired, huh? Why don't you go ahead and lay your little head right down here?" You're like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening?
Just like another
and she
useless
she
scene.
says, "No, I'm good."
But she does it.
Yeah, and then he's like, no, come on. Put your little head down here. And it's not on his lap, but it's right next to it.
Yeah.
And then she does. And a Toyota 4Runner comes just fucking cruising up, and it's behind them, and Kirsten Dunst and fat old black man are awake. The other two are asleep. And she's like, "Fat old black man, we got a car coming up pretty quickly." He's like, "Yeah? Could be nothing." And she's like, "They just fucking burned out their tires on that last turn." He's like, "I don't think it's nothing." He's like, all right, we'll slow down and let them pass. Like, see what happens. And then they come up and they like start honking and they get really close, and the guy's leaning out and just staring at them, smiling. Super creepy. Like,
Yeah.
Like feeling like a fun rape crazy scene.
Yeah.
And they're honking and doing that.
And then Pablo Escobar.
Kirsten Dunst is like, "What the fuck has happened?" Fat old black man's like, "Well, this is not good.
Not good.
This is not good."
But then Pablo Escobar wakes up. He's like, "Oh, it's my fucking boys. What's up, y'all?"
Troy, and then they roll the windows down, and they're
fucking best friends.
It turns out when Pablo Escobar was drunk and trying to fuck the little girl in the back, they talked about
going to DC.
going to DC. So then they're like, "Well, we're gonna go to DC too."
Do the same shit, bro.
This guy then, while they're driving really fast, climbs out of the window of his car and into the car with Kirsten Dunst and Pablo Escobar.
Because if you're in a civil war,
you gotta go nuts.
you gotta go crazy.
You know, like I'd
Risk
be
it.
like, "Fuck it, why not?"
Yeah.
So little girl is like, "I gotta try this," and then she climbs into the 4Runner,
With a guy she's never met,
and that guy says, "Deuces, I'm fucking out of here,"
and
just cruises. And Kirsten
Yeah.
and everyone except for the guy who got in their car, everyone else is worried as fuck.
as they should be.
Yeah, they're like, "Whoa, what the hell's happening?" He's like, "No, I'm sure." He's like, "I'm sure he's just messing with us." It's nothing. And then like they keep like going around
So
corners
they
and
think
they
this
do not see
guy
them.
like dipped with this girl and is gonna go rape her in the woods.
Because
And-
of course they do.
no, totally. And as they're driving through the woods, they're trying to speed up. This other big van comes out into like a military
Yeah, like
truck
military thing.
Yeah, and then is for some reason driving down the middle of the road because once again, Civil War. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, fuck it.
Drives the press off the road, and they survive. But then they get back on the road. She did it in a bit of a risky way, especially after everything that just happened. Like she floored it back onto the street. You think you would take
Backs onto the road. Like
Yeah.
not looking, just
No,
fucking
just-
no regard for their life. She's got to find this girl that she doesn't know.
Exactly. She speeds up. They finally find this other person's car off the side of the road with the doors open, and they see like a house onto the right, and they're like, "Well, let's go down this driveway and see what we find." Sure enough, they find what the fuck? Todd. They
Yeah.
find Todd and like two other guys who are kind of dressed up in military uniforms, but they seem like they're not crazy official military uniforms. And they have a bulldozer worth of fucking dead bodies in the back of like this.
The bodies, and they just like unload it into a big pit.
As you
One of
would.
them gets stuck,
Yeah.
and Todd's he has lye.
And one of them's stuck.
He's just sprinkling lye all over him,
Yeah.
and they're gonna bury him.
And they see they're using the camera to zoom in. They see that the girl and the other dude are held captive by these guys, right next to where the pit of dead bodies is.
And I swear to God, fat old black man's like, "All right, we need to leave."
Yeah.
And Kirsten Dunst's like, "No, we gotta save her." He's like, "She's already dead.
They're gonna die.
Let's just go." And she's like, "I'm not leaving them here."
He's like, "You're gonna
he's
die."
like, "You're gonna die too. We need to just go."
Yeah.
And she's like, "I'm not leaving her here."
And he's like, "You guys aren't listening
He's
to me.
like, "You're not listening
Every thing in my body is tingling that is death."
And she's like, "Look, I'm going down there. Pablo Escobar's going with him. The other Asian guy's going with him."
Yeah.
And then she looks at him and she says, "Stay here because you're fat and old." You're fat, no, because you're fat, old, and can't run.
Yeah.
And then they leave and he stays. It's the fucking best.
Kirsten Dunst is such a bitch in this
There's
movie.
such a
bro.
bitch, but like this guy sucks.
Oh yeah, totally.
He's not a fun hang.
But he was right.
He is not someone you want around, though.
Yeah, I guess.
This all started. He's like, drive out of your
Well, I
way
guess
and
you
drop me
would
off
want
there
him around.
because I don't want to go with anybody else. You're really gonna make me beg every motherfucker here for a ride?
David, he's wearing
It's like,
overalls.
no, dude. Like, those aren't your options. Fuck you for putting this on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Making me feel
Yeah.
bad because you got to go ask someone else for a ride.
So they go down, and
That's the way the world should work. Start gaslighting everyone
everyone.
for whatever you want.
Yeah, it's-
Wait, you're not going to take me on your yacht?
yeah. You're really gonna make me.
You got the room.
You're really gonna make me beg every motherfucker who owns a yacht to take me on their yacht? You're not just gonna take me?
Yeah. Michael Jordan would probably let me on his yacht.
Yeah. You're gonna make me go beg Michael Jordan to take me on his yacht?
Come on.
It can't be that they'll take you. It has to be that you have to go beg them to take you.
Yeah.
Like, no, you just don't get to go on a yacht. Not everybody
Who's
gets to
saying
do
you gotta
that.
beg?
Yeah. So they go down, and Pablo Escobar's like, hey, Todd, I'm press.
Hey, what's going on here?
They're with us. Those are my colleagues. We're all in the press, blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, what are you reporting on? And he's like, he didn't want to say the war. He's like, there's this school over in Charlottesville that's opening back up.
You know, a good
And,
feel-good story.
Feel-good story. I think we could all use it right about now. He goes, yeah, we could. He's like, so this guy's one of your colleagues right here? This one here? He's like, yeah, that one there. And then he just shoots. Bah! And you're like, oh, Todd's not fucking around.
Damn. So fun fact really quick. Todd,
Really killed that guy?
no,
Oh.
took this role on a week's notice. The other actor was supposed to be in it, just for some reason canceled.
They couldn't pay that guy's quote.
Yep. And they
That guy,
got
nope.
Todd, Kirsten Dunst's husband, for free. This guy was the best character in this film by far.
And
And they got him for free. All because of the of Kirsten
because he's
Dunst.
fucking Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, because it's, like, he was the best character in this movie.
Yeah.
But also, like, it felt very similar to his character in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, he's going
This
to get
weird
a bunch of...
bad guy.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get a bunch of offers based off of this role.
No, neither do I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't like that he did it for free.
I don't like that he did it for free.
What's
either.
he owe A24?
Nothing. They probably did say, like, hey, you know, like, you do something for us, maybe we'll do something for you.
You scratch our back, we'll scratch yours type deal?
Yeah.
Little quid pro quo?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I like that.
Maybe we'll see him in a lot more
Hey,
A24 stuff.
You're all right, A24. You're all right.
Yeah.
So...
He's got cool red glasses on, too, which
He's
really
the-
shows,
he
like,
does.
damn, I've been doing some drugs and killing.
He does have cool red glasses on. He's asking everyone where they're from.
And
Pablo Escobar's from Florida. The little girl says
From
she's
Missouri.
from Missouri. Kirsten Dunst says Colorado.
he's like,
The Asian guy is sobbing, smiling, cannot talk, and Todd's like making him talk. He goes, "You tell me where you're from, and it goddamn sure better be fucking English." And he says, Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
He goes, Hong Kong. He's like very just understanding the way he's talking. He goes, Hong Kong, China, right? He's like, yeah, and then he shoots him in the chest.
Great.
And then they're all freaking out.
Right before that, though, he was like, see, that's America. That's what I'm talking about.
That's America. We got Florida, Missouri, Colorado. It's all America.
That's America.
That's what it's all about. He's just super weird, uncomfortable. There's a pit with guys. I'm not joking.
Like 100 dead bodies.
Yeah, that's not an exaggeration. That's
Yeah.
not Shane McMahon jumped off an 800-foot thing.
No.
That is
200 foot.
there were 100 fucking dead bodies in there. Fucking insane.
No, yeah, it was crazy.
And then so he's about to kill all of them, and fat old black man comes through in the truck and hits Todd and another guy, and the girl, she ends up in the pit with the
Yeah.
bodies. Todd's dead.
Todd and the other guy are dead, but
The girl's just in a pit with 100 dead bodies, just like climbing through them to get out. That would suck.
yeah. And Black Guy's like, get in the fucking van!
He is so nuts. And like, no, we got to get her. He's like, leave her. Get in the fucking van.
Now, there's another army guy that comes out of nowhere, and I think he was the dude that was in the truck.
Yeah.
And he
Gotta be.
Yeah, and he comes out and picks up his rifle and starts shooting at him. And it looks like they got away.
Yeah.
And then we're a little bit down the road, and we find out Black Guy's like, I can't drive.
Fat old black man goes, I'm going to have to stop coming up here. And Pablo Escobar's like, no, what are you talking about? Keep going. Like, we got to lose them. He goes, I can't drive. And in my mind, I thought, like, He's like, I don't know how to drive. Someone's got to take over.
I'm scared.
And I'm like, this is just such a silly movie.
Well, why don't you do it then?
And then Kirsten Dunst looks like, oh, he got shot. Like, yeah, we got to.
He grabs his.
Yeah.
Ow!
So he pulls over and stops. Kirsten Dunst, Pablo Escobar get out, and they put him in the back seat. They make zero attempt to apply first aid.
Yeah.
And they just let him bleed to death in the back seat.
As they get to a military base. And
why didn't they just leave him on the side of the road? No, like he didn't bleed to, like they were far away from the military base. He was dead for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Sitting in the back seat of their car.
I just didn't like how much, because then when we get to the military base, Pablo Escobar is so beat up about this. He is screaming.
So it's like there's no sound. Or is there sound? Is it choppers and stuff that we hear?
Well, yeah, but yeah, to where it drowns it out.
He's
we don't
just
hear
like,
it.
he's holding a cigarette and it's just.
Yeah. Like he is fucking.
Yeah. Kind of. I imagine as you would if you saw a friend of yours die.
Oh,
if you saw 3 friends of yours die.
But it's not even like a friend, it's like a rival. But it's like a coworker,
but then the
buddy.
2 other guys, your friend Lee with all of these people.
True.
The
yeah.
other 2
That was
guys
a traumatic
pumped
experience.
to see. Yeah, like it'd be nuts.
Oh, totally.
Be fuck. Like I get it.
Yeah, but then you would think the only reason why I brought that up is you think he would try to make
He
more.
would-
He'd
he would
be like,
fuck the
Kirsten,
little girl
you gotta fucking drive
at
because
that
I gotta
point.
keep pressure on this guy. or
And
something.
he's like, let him die, but let him die in the truck. Let's
and
not leave him
as
on the side
press,
of the road.
you would think they would have a first aid kit, but nope, no attempt, no first aid kit. They get the whole fucking excursion filled with shit.
Yeah, but I love as press. You just said that. Like,
Well, they know
as
they're going
press-
to war. And
As
they know,
press, I've never once seen a newspaper reporter that did not have a first aid kit on them. Not a once.
if there's one out there, leave a comment. Let us know.
Yeah, listen, be like, yeah, it's rule.
Yeah.
You can't be a newspaper reporter without a first aid kit.
Publicists, the press.
Any press, Hollywood foreign press, you got a first aid kit.
That's right.
So they're at the military base.
Military base is pretty
we
cool.
didn't even say this. The whole reason they're going to actual D.C. is because Pablo Escobar wants to interview the president.
No, I said that in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And Kirsten Dunst is going to shoot it.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the big thing. It's just that's like the whole thing is about is that we're trying to get there, which is kind of funny because I kept thinking like, yeah, I get you guys are press and you're stopping at these other places to whenever something is going down, but don't you think that's like delaying the like they literally say multiple times throughout the film that the only thing that matters at this point is getting either the photos of the president as he's about to get killed or right before he gets or that interview. So like almost everything else doesn't matter, but they spend all this extra time shooting and
I mean,
stuff.
it's going to matter at some point.
No, totally,
Yeah.
totally. But
Like,
but
you
just
always,
from
you always look back and
it's just
still
a bit contradicting, especially like the pace that they move at. Like watching Kirsten Dunst walk up the stairs and down the stairs multiple times. I'm like, bro, doesn't seem like they're that big of a hurry to fucking like beat the military to Washington D.C.
So they get to the military base, and the other reporters tell them that, and Benicio del Toro, Pablo Escobar is fucking pissed.
Yeah,
They tell them that DC's falling. They're gonna have to surrender. They're invading. It's
so he
gonna be
thinks it's
over.
all for nothing.
So he's like, he just died for fucking nothing. I'm not gonna get to do the interview. Blah blah blah. This is bullshit. I don't
they
know.
go.
There's a bunch of emotional shit. They go to DC with them.
It's pretty cool. This scene was kind of cool because we get to see
This-
how
this
big
scene-
the
this scene
military.
was sick.
Yeah, the military, how many choppers and all this shit were going to DC was sick. Like even just leaving the military base and then us getting to DC is sick as fuck. Like all of DC is basically under attack in some form
it's
or
just
another.
a full-on war zone.
Yeah,
They blow up the Lincoln Memorial.
yeah, 6 shots.
Yeah. Apparently they blow up the Pentagon. We didn't see that. The
Yeah,
guy
we
just
did.
talked about it.
Yeah.
Which show us that.
Just give us-
Douchebag.
Just give us something small.
Yeah.
There's CGI artists out there who would be dying to do that.
There's a Black Hawk that's like down like street level almost because like they were taking heavy fire trying to progress. Then the Black Hawk comes in and just fucks everyone up on the rooftops.
Yep.
So the tank can roll through and the ground troops can roll through.
And they get to the gate that leads into where the White House is. And they got it like heavily guarded with like these huge walls that are built.
And just real quick, like throughout this whole thing, Kirsten Dunst is like having a panic attack.
So now exactly. So now it's gone.
And little girl is just fucking into it. She's she's taking huge risks, and Pablo Escobar's like, the fuck back? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, he's freaking out. It's like, get over here now.
So these two main characters, these two girls, have now completely flopped, and we're seeing the complete opposite. Which crisscross, which to me is like
Face Off.
it is a bit annoying because as other films do stuff like this, it's almost like a passing of like the baton or whatever the fuck, right?
Torch.
You know, torch, whatever. You know, like it's supposed to be kind of symbolic in that sense and stuff, but for this, it kind of is, but kind of isn't. Or I just wish it was more. I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, I get it, but
It's kind of like how in 2002,
yeah,
when Brock Lesnar beat Hulk Hogan on SmackDown,
yep,
he bear hugged him until sick. Bear hugged Hulk Hogan until Hulk Hogan bled out of his mouth.
yeah.
And that was the end of the match. Brock Lesnar told him, "You didn't pass the torch to me. I took it."
There you go.
This girl fucking took the torch.
She did take the torch, but it really wasn't for, I don't know, much. I don't know. I mean, I guess it was. But like they move. All right, well, let's get to it, and I'll fucking complain. So they're at
It's most ridiculous. We're not passing over what I just did there. All that we did was say passing the torch, and I made that connection in my fucking brain.
It was great.
I haven't watched that probably since 2002, and my mind went to that. And I was like, "Oh, I gotta talk about that.
Touche.
I gotta talk about Hulk Hogan and Brock Lesnar."
I was like, that's good memory right there. I fucking forgot about
It
that.
was nonsense.
But they're back at the gate, and a tank rolls up, and as they're fighting, it's like 10 people at the gate that are like fighting for the president. And once when they take that out,
the troops are it's very important to them that the press are running along with them and following their cues. I
did not like this.
I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
You were literally fucking up
So
our
be like, hey, keep an eye on the press. I'd be like, fuck the press.
But it's not even that they're tagging along. They're skipping the line in the formation. Imagine like you're in formation and you're right behind the next person. You have to look at certain places at a certain time, and a fucking press person jumps in front of you.
Kirsten Dunst is hopping in.
Yeah, she jumps in front, and you're like, imagine you're not even focused on that, and then you look back in front of you, and you got this girl with a camera in front of you.
Kirsten Dunst like has her hand on the guy's shoulder as if she's like got support.
Yeah, like
She's gonna cover fire for him.
exactly. I'd be so fucking pissed.
The guy in front of Kirsten Dunst thinks the person behind him is helping.
yeah, got the back.
And then he realizes it's fucking Kirsten Dunst. He's like, what is happening?
What are you doing?
I could die so easily because of this bitch.
I will say the younger girl is switching cameras as if they're magazines or clips, because magazine's not the real way to say it. So clips, like in a gun, like just like it, the way she's switching it is so. I was like, okay, I see you.
She's fucking in it now.
She is in it. But they blow up the gate, and once when they start going in, we see that there's 3 cars that they think the president is getting into to try and just escape. It's like, where are they gonna go?
They escape and they fucking they shoot up the cars and stop them. The press swarms it. Little girl like goes with the other press people. Kirsten Dunst goes from panic attack to like now she's serious.
I know.
And she goes, "Hey, little girl, president's not in there." She's like, "The fuck are you talking about?" And Pablo Escobar was like, "Listen to her."
Yeah.
President's
so the
not
other
in there.
press
We gotta go.
and all the other military people basically go to the cars. And what
These 3 are going into the White House.
I found it surprising that they didn't hold any hostages. Like, these are people that are working
No,
for
they're
a
just
rogue
fucking
president.
gunning
They
them
just
down.
gunning down women and shit that are coming out. I like that.
These people who were thrown in there as decoys.
Yeah,
like
literally
nope.
known as decoys. Yeah, who gives a shit? So then they go in and
And a couple military people follow their lead. They're like, "Hey, reporter bitch is going in."
no, but I didn't like this though. They see that that they see the reporters
follow
going
their
in,
lead.
and they go, "Oh, reporters going in. Follow them.
Follow them.
As if
They
they got
know what-
intel or
Yeah.
some shit. Ridiculous.
So now they're in the White House.
And it was all based on a hunch. Kirsten Dunst's hunch.
Yeah.
She just feels that the president's inside.
So they're in the White House, and this is where the first member of the military looks at Kirsten Dunst and says, "Stay out of our fucking way."
And then immediately gets in their
then-
fucking way.
Yeah, and then she doesn't. But I love that finally someone addressed
Yeah,
how
no,
they're
same.
just in their way.
Same.
Like that's the first. That should have been this whole movie.
Yeah.
Should have been military people being like, "No, get the fuck out of here,
Yeah.
man.
Dude.
Take your pictures over there.
Yeah. I get it. We're like,
You don't have to be in the line with us."
Yeah.
Yeah. I get take the picture. It'll be very important to document it.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking that. I think it's very important to document
Woman, I have a
wars.
GoPro on my
Yeah.
helmet as we
And
speak.
Kirsten Dunst even said, her character said, she was like, every time I took photos of like countries at war and the horrors of it, I told myself that I was sending these back home so that people would see how horrific it was and it would never happen here.
And now
And
look.
here we are doing this. I'm like, all right, I can get on board with all of that.
Yeah.
You don't need to be in the fucking...
But I will say really quick, we didn't really understand why. Like, there wasn't enough really building up as to why she just went full fucking panic mode before she went full serious mode at the end.
Yeah.
Like, she was, like, freaking out, like, in the wall, faceplant on the wall. Ah!
Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Very out of character for her, and then just snaps out of it.
Yeah. It didn't really make sense to me. I get it. Some people process trauma in probably certain ways that this movie's kind of touching on in a certain way, but still, it was just, like, a bit forced, kind of, you know?
So now they're in the White House. People are dying left and right. And little girl is getting way more arrogant.
So
with
arrogant.
The situation she's putting herself in. They've now, like,
They're
clear,
in,
like,
the final hallway, let's say.
all of the military members are taking cover. They're calling out, like, I gotta reload, and all this stuff. Little girl goes, stands in the middle of the hallway and starts taking pictures. Kirsten Dunst runs in, knocks her on the ground.
Girl
and
falls back.
Standing over her.
And she starts taking photos, and Kirsten Dunst is just looking at her, and then we see from the photo starts to get shot and just like fall next to her.
And the girl's taking pictures of Kirsten Dunst getting killed after saving her life.
And doesn't even look at her or acknowledge her. Imagine she falls next to you, and
So
instead
that,
you just
that
like,
part, she was in shock for a minute there.
I get it.
She was completely in shock, staring forward.
which I get that.
And Pablo Escobar had to, like, shake her out of it. I love how Pablo Escobar's like, she's dead. We gotta...
yeah, none
the
of that
president's
matters.
here. We gotta get the good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're my photographer now. Let's go.
Which I get.
She does. She looks back at Kirsten Dunst.
She does. But you would
But-
just think really quick, you
but
would just
no.
check her pulse or something. Or,
Nah, she's dead as disco.
All right, okay.
She... And why do we assume this girl would find the pulse, regardless? She's like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I let a guy die next to me in the back of the truck. But when she looks back at Kirsten Dunst, it's like an angry look at her.
It's like,
Yeah, it's like a...
I am above you now,
Yeah,
and you are
it's like,
below
fuck,
me.
look at you, bitch.
I am
it's like
superior.
one of those. Like, you're like, whoa.
It's like when like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle becomes better than the fucking King Rat guy,
Master Splinter.
Master Splinter. It's like looking
Do
at
they
like,
ever?
No, but it'd be like that, you know. I don't know why I'm picking on Teenage Mutant Ninja
Yeah.
Turtle, but it's like as if he was like, I don't need to be in the gutters anymore. I can fight on the streets, and then looks back at Master Splinter, and Master Splinter's like, yeah, you're good enough now.
It's like in 2005 when Batista beat Triple H. And he was better than him. Like, the student became the master and took down the master.
Looks back like I'm better
Yeah.
than you.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
But we're in the Oval Office.
No, so we're in the press room first.
Oh, yes,
And it's
we
the
are.
Secretary of State. And she's like, I'm here to negotiate the president's surrender. And there's the black military woman. I fucking loved her. She's like, oh, that's great. Bring him out here. She's like, we want to make sure that he'll be taken care of. She's like, oh, yeah, we'll take good care of him. Get him out here. She's like, I'm not getting him out here until we have insurance he'll be taken care of. He wants a neutral party to escort him. We would prefer Greenland or Alaska. And then the black lady just shoots the
Other black lady.
the secretary. I mean,
Both black.
yeah, but she kills the Secretary of State. Then they go into the Oval Office, and there's like one Secret Service guy in there.
Gets
They
killed.
kill him, and
Yep.
and then they're like, so what's his name? Ron Swanson's the president. He's like trying to hide under the desk and hold on, and they pull him out.
He's so scared.
They're gonna execute him, and
He's
Pablo
so
Escobar
scared.
He's terrified.
Yeah.
Pablo Escobar's wait, and they stop and look at him, and he goes and like squats down next to the president and is like, I need a statement from you.
A quote.
I need a quote from you. And he goes, don't let them kill me. That'll work. And then he stands up and they kill him, and she gets a great shot of it.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the movie.
That's the end. Which I'm a bit upset because, like, usually when a movie kind of gets to this point, they'll usually make the bad guy seem pretty bad, like to try to overly justify it. Not like that was even much needed. But the fact that they made him so scared, I was like, damn, I don't even know if this guy's in the wrong. Like, we could be watching the wrong side win right now.
We don't know why they're at war. Yeah.
Literally, like, this guy could be a good president. I don't know why bomb the citizens. Maybe it was warranted.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta bomb citizens.
I mean, dude, we don't know what they
yeah,
did.
every once in a while you
What if
gotta
they
bomb
just
them.
killed a bunch of other citizens?
Yeah.
And now they're just technically citizens, but really, that's just what this
They're
side
murderers.
is saying. They're
Yeah.
murderers, and then the murderers are saying they're citizens to try and justify killing the president and destroying our great nation. He kept quoting the fucking American flags.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge of Allegiance. That shit.
Guys, that's Civil War. It's whatever. It was cool. The story left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, I wanted to see how badass the Florida Alliance was, you know?
Yeah, fuck. We never got to see the Florida Alliance.
Fucking
There
bullshit.
was a Florida Alliance.
I
and we
wish
didn't
just
see
one
shit.
dude at the end was like, I'm from Florida.
Here's one thing watching this movie taught me. I cannot survive a scenario like this.
Oh, dude, that'd be so fucking fucked.
No fucking shot I could survive a scenario like this.
Yeah, you better get your gun
like
ready.
I don't have a gun. Like I'm going to the fucking Palm Beach Country Estates and hoping the Bullard family has a heavy artillery.
That's exactly.
I can hide out with them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm banking on.
Yeah,
I'm banking on I don't show up out there and you're like, dude, like come on, like we
we
can't.
only got like water for a month, bro.
Yeah, like come on. Like, don't fucking put me in the spot. Like, yeah, I'm banking I show up and you're like, yeah, of course.
Dude,
That's what I'm banking on.
I hope if something like this happens, I get overly enthusiastic about the future. Where I'm like, oh, dude, we can round up the entire Palm Beach Country Estates as like a squad,
It's a fucking unit.
a unit. Go together like Palm Beach County, just it's like a fucking
and
unit.
spread out, and you get Jupiter Farms with you.
Oh
And then,
my
yeah.
god, that'd be sick.
Then they go out to Indian Town. Like, we just start fucking, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like the Avatar where it's like, will you fight with me? And then all the other old people from there. Yeah! Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So, guys, that's Civil War. We're going to take a quick break, but stick around because we're talking future 5-6 Kings, and you won't want to miss it.
Oh, yeah.
And we're back. Hey, Derek Cheater. Fuck you. Fucking piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, spit on him.
I did.
Spit on him. So, Civil War.
Yeah.
What a war. Glorious war.
Man.
But you know what movie has
those
an even more
Confederates.
glorious war?
The Nutty Professor.
The Nutty Professor, guys.
Dude.
It is. If you want to see glory,
Nuts are flying
shut
left
the
and-
fuck up. If you want to see glory on the battlefield, there's only one movie for you. It's The Nutty Professor. It's Eddie Murphy.
Oh, my God.
He achieves battlefield war glory like nobody else.
That's right.
You know what else has plenty of war? It's a full-on war. It's nonsense.
It's Nutty. No, wait, no. It's what is it?
Banana-y. Ah! It's Rise of the Planet of the Apes, guys. Guys, if you watched the breaking news, very important 911 5-6 Kings news alert, late breaking news, breaking late.
That's right.
If you listen to that, you know Cruel Intentions it's on the back burner for a hot minute.
Those intentions got cruel.
They got real cruel real quick.
Yeah.
We're going to do Rise of the Planet of the Apes,
'Cause we're
followed
feeling-
by the other Planet of the Apes movies.
Because we're feeling all monkey, and we want to monkey around a little bit.
Yeah, I always love just a little monkey around, nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
David Soccer's like, I want to get all monkey.
I want to be like a little monkey, just doing monkey stuff.
Yeah.
Guys, do you want to watch Rise of the Planet of the Apes before we do a podcast on Rise of the Planet of the Apes? You should watch Rise of the Planet of the Apes before we do a podcast on Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Here's where you can watch Rise of the Planet of the Apes before we do a podcast on Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It's on Hulu, Sling TV with premium subscriptions. You can rent it on Amazon Prime for $3.79. You can rent it on YouTube, Google Play, Apple TV, Fandango at home for $3.99. It's on FX Now, free with cable TV. It's on YouTube TV. Guys, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. James Franco's finest performance. John Lithgow is in it.
Dude.
They got a fucking cast. There's
Man,
other
yeah.
people. There's also apes.
Yep, there are.
Guys, Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
I can't wait.
Check it out. We're gonna do the whole shebang
I'm going to get all
of these
chimpy.
fucking movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. So, Braden.
Oh, David. In that movie, it's a bit Civil War-y, too.
Nothing civil about it.
Exactly.
It's ape first man.
Exactly what I'm talking
Nothing
about.
civil about that shit.
It's going to be fun.
So, Braden, let's say someone's watching this right now.
Yeah.
Let's say they're listening to this right now, and they're like, fuck, man. I loved Civil War.
Yeah.
I can't fucking wait for Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
I'm itching.
I can't wait for all of the Planet of the Apes movies.
Yeah.
I assume they'll do Cruel Intentions at some point in my lifetime.
And you got to,
But
build
I
up.
want them to do my favorite movie. And honestly, guys, favorite movie, like, after... not even joke. We're kind of booked. May 27th, there's an open slot. Other than that, we're pretty much booked through August.
Oh, it's going to be a fucking...
So get it. It's going to be a busy summer for the 5-6 Kings. So, like, yeah, if you want us to do something, get it in quick. And it's got to beat the other ones we get in. And May 27th is when it'll be done.
Yeah, because we got The Boys coming back.
We got House of the Dragon coming back.
Oh, my God, dude. I'm so hyped.
We're going to do The Strangers Chapter 1.
There you go.
You know? I was like, oh, maybe we could do all the Strangers movies. And I was like, there's not enough weeks. Whatever. Chapter 1, I'm guessing we'll get it.
That's a lot of strangers.
Guess we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Braden, like, how would they tell us to do their favorite movie? They're like, man, I want them to do my favorite movie. How would they go about telling us to do their favorite movie?
Just slide in our DMs. Send us a little DM.
DMs where?
Oh, on our Instagram.
We have an Instagram?
Bro, what?
What is it? At 5-6 Kings?
FIVESIXKING.
S.
Oh, look at that
Look
flip
at
around. Nice. That's a
Wow,
switcheroo.
so they just hop into our DMs and they're like, hey, David, hey, Braden, I want you to do this movie that, Braden's words, does not have an African-American main character.
Whoa,
He
whoa,
cannot
whoa.
make that more clear. Chuck Dahlia was like, hey, you guys should do Flight. And Braden was like, David, put your boy in check. Tell him what fucking time it is. Tell him there's no goddamn way we're doing that movie. And I was like, all right, it's going to be really uncomfortable and awkward, but I'll do it.
Well, I'm just happy that you said it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I had to.
Yeah. You got to let him know.
Yeah, I did. So that's the kind of co-host I am, man.
I mean, you could still DM us. I'm just going to tell you no.
Yeah, unless it's just a white milk movie.
Or like
Then Braden's all for it.
Or like
If you're
Denzel Washington.
You're like, you
and-
guys should do Reservoir Dogs. There's not a single black guy in that movie.
There you
Braden's
go.
like, done. So, but you guys know you go to our Instagram
Yeah.
because there's no Dean of Discipline
There isn't.
on the 5-6 Kings, guys. And that's your fault.
It is.
If you're watching this right now, I'm looking down the lens of this camera.
Yeah.
If you're watching this right now, if you can see my face right now, it is your fault.
Yeah, stare into their
That
soul.
56kings.com is dead. It is your fault that Braden has to work so hard for 30 years.
Yeah.
30 years.
You know how hard it is?
That's hard times
Too hard.
to put these episodes up.
Yep.
Because there's no discipline over here.
No.
And why is there no discipline?
Because there's no Dean.
There's no Dean of Discipline, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We need a Dean of Discipline around here running shop and getting 10% of the 5-6 Kings podcast. 10%.
Dude.
That's like buying Microsoft in the 70s.
That's right.
And Braden, people who had the opportunity to buy Microsoft in the 70s and didn't, what did they do?
They killed themselves.
They fucking killed themselves, guys. Don't fucking kill yourselves.
You don't want to do it.
Yeah. Braden, when do new episodes of the 5-6 Kings come out?
David, every motherfucking Monday.
Every
bro.
motherfucking Monday?
Every motherfucking Monday.
But let's say like it doesn't one Monday.
Yeah, well then it doesn't. Like some Mondays it rains, some Mondays it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not God.
Some Mondays is every motherfucking Monday when there's a 5-6 Kings. Some Mondays it's not.
Yeah.
Guys, it's every motherfucking Monday unless it's not. That's the promise from the 5-6 Kings podcast. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Let us know if you want to be the Dean of Discipline. We can get this podcast out of the fucking gutter that it's in.
Yeah.
That Braden's putting us in.
Yeah, and
'cause
finally
there's no discipline.
finally settle this civil war that we're in.
I love you all very much, and we'll see you all next week.
Peace out.
Bitch, I'm from Palm Beach County, that's where I'm from. We niggas